Hello there, Medicine here, and with Llyr, who is stripped down, and we're actually going to be doing a DikaDoll 3-part torso body review. This is for the DikaDoll Senior Uncle body, which is the 70cm body, and specifically the 3-part torso body, which is what Llyr is. And he's double jointed, just so you know, and he's technically 73 centimeters tall, like full length. As you can see, he's super long. Can't even like fit him into the screen here. But as with all of my doll reviews and most everybody else's doll reviews, we're going to start with his gorgeous head. First, for movement of the head, he doesn't really look up very far. I mean, that's it. That's as far up as he goes. Down is like that, which he likes to look down on people, so he takes that stance quite often. So he doesn't really look up very often. It's just kind of straightforward. Sides, sides. Hold your body still. Side, side, side. You can kind of get a little movement on the sides, get some different positions as far as that goes. But that's about it as far as head movement, mobility. The back of his head, very important here. Zoom out a bit. The head cap. DikaDoll does not have any magnets in their head caps. Their head caps are actually a locking mechanism. They just have these two little knobs here that lock into the head. And inside is what you see in most every BJD. The S-hook, elastic, and 2 places for the eyes, which of course he has eyes in, and that's a lot of eye putty to keep those eyes in place. And then the head goes back in by the bottom first, and then you slide the top. You slide the top close. And that's his head. He is double jointed, so the shoulders have this extra swivel joint in here that you can see, this extra piece here. And it's got these, let's see if I can pull it out a little bit. These grooves on it. See those little excess things? And there's grooves inside of his body that this kind of lock into. I think they're supposed to lock into them, but he doesn't really do it too well. But it helps him kind of hold his hand up into several different kind of positions. See? So he can hold it at a few different angles. Not just the typical, you know, like straight up and down. Next is the elbow. Again, double jointed, so it's got the peanut joint. See there where it's got the elastic inside and out, where you can do this. So, and that's kind of impressive for double jointed dolls. That's the biggest thing that double jointed dolls have different than single jointed dolls is this joint here. It's what gives it that double posability. The wrist is typical, just one piece. Excuse me, the hand and the wrist are all connected. Some of my dolls, actually, the wrist piece comes out of the hands, but not the DikaDoll. Not this particular body. So that's just the S-hook there. Next is the torso, which is what you are actually wanting to know. But the torso, it's all one piece from the neck down to this upper abs, which is like right under his rib cage. You can see the rib muscles here. It's very nicely sculpted. I did the body blushing. That's what I did all of the body blushing. The face up is DikaDoll. That's the default face up for the MuRong that I ordered. Not version 2, just the version 1 face up. And then this body blushing is what I did. But, so here's the torso. The first part allows him to sort of slouch back. Allows him to slouch back and forward. And of course sit upright. He can turn to the sides a little bit and sort of bend down to the side as well. Don't know if you'd ever pose a doll like that. I don't think I've ever taken advantage of any of that. It's not really very natural looking. And what's interesting about this part of the torso is inside, which if you look at my unstringing and restringing video of Llyr, there's a piece inside his torso right here. I can't really show it to you. There's a piece like right in the middle here, like a solid piece, and it's got grooves in it, which is what allows him to sort of do that, what holds him in place. But what's interesting is when you try to restring him is you have to try to get the elastic to go around that and into his neck. So it's kind of difficult for restringing purposes, and I've only restrung him that one time when I blushed him. And I don't really plan on restringing him ever again unless I really, really need to. So that's pretty much a, warning or whatever. The second part here does this. Also lets him sort of slouch and hold him in place. Let's see if you can see that. The second part of his torso also has a locking mechanism in it. Just get your arms up. Just right above the belly button in the middle of his abs. And it just basically helps him lock into place. He can lean forward and hold that, and he can lean back. And sort of hold that. And to the sides. Well, he doesn't really do the sides very good on this one. As you can see, it just kind of, and doesn't really go side to side on the other way. But with that, you can do the forward and forward. So you've got this sort of slouching, like a double slouch. You can see that. Slouch, slouch. Which allows him to sort of to touch his toes, actually. Which is actually pretty impressive for a doll. Now I'm going to show you his legs. He's got a normal hip joint with the cutout here for the string, the elastic to go through to kind of help him sit. That's basic hip joint. Then he's got the extra piece here that allows the leg to kind of turn, which is really good because to sit like with his leg kind of crossed. It helps his leg kind of swivel back and forth. And then his knees are just like his elbows with that joint, joint here, which allows him to do this. so it kind of locks double places. It's like, can go like that. It can't go all the way back. I mean, I guess if you wanted to lay him on his legs, on his knees, let's see. You could kind of sit him on his knees like this. It looks kind of weird to me, just because that's not a position that his personality would ever be caught sitting in. But you never know. I don't know what kind of doll plans you have or dolls you have, so he could sit Indian style with his legs crossed. No problems there. It's a very serene sort of pose he's got going on. But that's basically it. The feet are just like the hands. They're one solid piece. The ankles are one solid piece, so they move quite a bit actually for doll feet. Just try to get. They move up, and that's basically it for the DikaDoll body. I'll try to take some pictures of him in different poses to show some of the flexibility that he has. But I hope this is very helpful for you, Twilight Books BJD, and anyone else who's interested in the DikaDoll 3-part torso double jointed senior uncle body. Thanks for watching, and look forward to more videos. Bye! Stop the camera, please.